But you know, when you provide money, you give money to INEC boys to help you if they see any chance that they should favor you. You provide money to the security. All our elections in the past, I've been in this game for about 40 years. And I tell you, each time, it's not necessarily when I'm contesting election, but when my party sponsors a candidate, I would like that candidate to win election. And what we used to do before, we made provision for INEC, we made provision for security, we made provision for even agents of other parties, you know, so that they will not, you know, raise any objection to whatever we're able to get. So whether I reach myself or not, by providing those resources, financial inducement to the officials, I am rigging election.
Do you think that we can diminish or remove that influence as 2019 approaches?
I believe so, because you see, if people are born again like me and they refuse to do it, the players, unless we give before someone will take, right? So don't give, and then we will not get a taker. We will not get a taker. Why? You don't even answer why am I thinking this way? Look, I am tired of being seen as a criminal in the streets of the world because we are in Nigeria. You know, you assume that everybody is an innocent human being until it's proven otherwise. But once you are outside this country with a green passport, and they see that you are a Nigerian, even if you are a pastor or you are an imam, they will assume that you are criminally minded or you have criminal tendencies just because of where you come from. That must change. I am tired of living in poverty in the midst of plenty. I cannot, even no matter how much you have, every day you see people coming to you, relations, friends, this and that. My wife has given birth, my mother is a hospital, this and that, every day. But if everybody had enough to take care of himself or herself, they won't come bothering you to say, give me this, give me that. And I believe that we have the resources that people can live a decent life without being beggars to those who have. Just because we haven't gotten our own governance system right. So we need good governance, and good governance can only be provided by good people who are truly repentant, who actually are there to serve the people, who are concerned about the well-being of the people, being the primary concern of the well-being of the people. Then when we have such leaders, I can tell you they will judiciously and prudently use our resources for the common good of everybody.
So do you think that you can ever have, you know, this kind of what Senator Manto is talking about? Or is this just one of those dreams like we normally say in Nigeria? Okay, OLAKUNLE, how you doing? Abi, it's just the same rhetorics that in Bolati and our politicians were, you know, for a very long time. The same, you know, bulala, that things will change, you know, we will give you a better election and all this nonsense. We saw the election that we've just covered, and like I said, there was hardly any intimidation. Nobody attacked us. We were able to do our job without any kind of oppression from anyone. You will not experience such in Nigeria, so don't even think about it. So what you should be thinking about is what can be done now so that we can free ourselves from the danger, because we're all in danger. Whether you are in Nigeria, whether you are outside Nigeria, every single one of us are all in danger. And what we should be doing right now to make sure that we minimize the danger that we are in is to ask ourselves the truth. I'm missing one of my phone. I hope it's not upstairs. So I think that should be, you know, the first, you know, thing that we should be talking about. But other way, you don't want the truth. You prefer the lies of the politician. So we have just about an hour to play with. I just wanted us to continue to monitor, and I'm going to be going straight to some of these, you know, big network to see what they are telling us regarding where the election, because right now there's a lot of projection on this election. There's a lot of things happening. So what should we know? And as the election continue, the UK election, the UK election 2024. According to the ABC, this is what the ABC News, best of the bad bunch, this was 6 hours ago, which was put out. CBS in America, UK election expected to bring a dramatic shift. CBS. Let's hear what CBS is saying. These are big networks. They have enough money, to play with, and they'll tell you what they want you to know. Anyway, so let's listen to them. CBS
Turning to politics in Britain, where today's election is expected to bring a dramatic shift in power. Also, voters are likely to throw out Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and the Conservative Party that has led Britain since 2010 in favor of Keir Starmer and the Labour Party.
When Prime Minister Rishi Sunak announced the election, over the next few weeks, I will fight for every vote.
Okay.
I will earn your trust.
You are not earning our trust. I will do the point. I'm sorry, man.
Which led to a clumsy campaign. From criticisms for ditching the 80th anniversary of the D-Day landings early to record a TV interview, to being skewered for saying he could relate to struggling families because he didn't have cable TV as a child. That was something that we never had growing up. Sunak and his wife, it should be said, are wealthier than the king himself.
One owó ju ọba ìlú yìí lọ, just like bí Tinubu náà ṣe lówó ju àwọn ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá lọ. I'm sure most of you understand what I'm talking about. So gbóhùn sókè à ń gbọ́.
Support for his leadership has sunk to the lowest of lows, says political journalist and co-host of the News Agents podcast, John Sobel.
And this is going to be the most brutal massacre that the Conservative Party has seen in its near
What gbọ́dọ̀ lọ ni? We are not interested in them
Over
anymore.
the past 14 years, there have been 5 successive Conservative prime ministers.
5 kilo day.
First, David Cameron, who resigned when the Brexit referendum he called didn't go the way he wanted it to. Next up, Theresa May, who quit because she couldn't secure a divorce deal from Europe. Then Boris Johnson, whose chaotic premiership ended in humiliation after boozy parties during COVID lockdown were revealed. Then came Liz Truss, who after one budget announcement saw her time in office cut so short that it was compared to the shelf life of an iceberg lettuce.
But a vote for Labour is a vote to turn the page on all that. A vote for change.
Sir Keir Starmer, the leader of the Labour Party, looks set to win a landslide, but not because he's popular or has run a great campaign.
I don't think there's enthusiasm for Keir Starmer, but he's going to win a huge majority because people are sick and tired.
Sick and tired.
In power.
We are sick and tired of the
And
Conservative.
Labour isn't just campaigning on change, but also to end what they call the years of chaos at the hands of the
Chaos.
Chaos.
Chaos,
They'll
Gigi.
be the party of economic responsibility, a message the Conservatives successfully ran on for generations. We'll find out later tonight just how well that message will work for Labour.
So where is the election turning to? Ẹ jẹ́ ká tún lọ gbọ́ ABC News. Mo ń bọ̀.
Buy fractional shares for as little as £1 and
shares
invest
are not good.
automatically.
This campaign is for you. This fight for change is for you. And the power of the vote belongs to you. I'm offering hope. We can be better.
Because when you threaten the establishment, they don't exactly come out with a tray of gin and tonics, now do they?
The political parties have made their pitch to the people. After PM Rishi Sunak called a snap election of May,
6 weeks of campaigning is now over and the choice is left with the voters of the UK. The polls have Labour, led by Sir Keir Starmer, well ahead. They've spent the last 14 years in the wilderness of opposition. Then there's Nigel Farage and his populist Reform Party. They've been polling well, but analysts here say the way the UK voting system works will make it hard for them to pick up the swathes of seats they've been hoping for. Then there's the Conservatives, led by Rishi Sunak, who's been their 5th leader in the 14 years of government. Polls say they'll question. And then there's the Liberal Democrats, led by Ed Davey, who are hoping to overtake the Conservatives in the House of Commons in this grand old parliament behind me.
YouGov polling shows cost of living is by far the most important issue to voters this election, with almost half the electorate listing it as top of mind when they go to the polls.
Realising something that costs like, I don't know, £1 now costs £1.60, and because you're buying it every day, it starts to build up, you know. So, yeah, I'm glad that the politicians are talking about cost of living. Whether they're going to actually do something about it is another thing.
We know do again. So let's come back here. Moki Ubalen comes Mr. Biodu Monday. I crawl us up. Mr. Lausu Raju, Majid Ibrahim Mokisa. À ń pariwo pé a fẹ́ Nàìjíríà mọ́. Kí ni Nàìjíríà ṣe fún wa? Tabanika Moki brother mi Àrólé Odùduwà. Ẹ kúrò lẹ́ sà. Ṣàlàfíà lẹ́wà. Family nǹkan bẹ̀. Adẹ̀kú. Mo pẹ́ iná ti lọ vote. Àkú ìdìbò tèmi. Depending on who you vote for, but àwa ti dìbò tiwa. A ti tẹ̀ síbẹ̀ fún Labour Party. A ti tẹ̀ síbẹ̀. So I feel lé conservative lọ ìtọ́ ṣe ní 14 years tó kẹlòmínà kò ń ṣe pé bọ́ kẹlòmínà wàá gbìyànjú. Now gbogbo alárí election tí mo lọ ta lọ cover, what do you say to that election and what is your own take? A simple guide to the 4th of July general election. There's a lot of people are saying, you know, the exit poll. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo kí ni exit poll ń sọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn. Exit poll 2024 UK election. Kí ni ó ń sọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí? Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi triple DRS Ayuba ẹ ṣé gan ni. A lot of things are coming up. The 2024 United Kingdom general election is being held on Thursday, 4th of July, which is today. It will determine the composition of the House of Commons, which determines the government of the UK or United Kingdom. Significant constituency boundary changes have been implemented for the first such since the 2010 general election. So in the last 4 to 7, 6 hours, depending on which of the network that you are following, depending on who you're listening to, I'm sure most of you are listening to. You know, especially if you're following Koikimedia, we're keeping you up to date with what is happening, you know, on the UK general election, which is a complete different thing from, you know, the Nigeria election. The Nigeria election is a corrupt election, and don't expect too much out of it. So, since you have been Labour lẹ́yìn náà tẹ̀ sí kò ní màá wá nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín púpọ̀ ju ti tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ màá nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín. Even though we have people that might vote for other political parties, but notwithstanding, you know, nobody intimidate each other. That's the beauty here in the UK. Bàbá mi Àbáyọ̀mí ẹ ṣé gan-an káàbọ̀ sórí ìkànnì wa. If you're new on this platform, Yoruba Nation no going back. Kenny Bright, báwo ni gbogbo Libya, ọlọ́bàndúró tì yín lọ́hùn. Kò ní fi sílẹ̀, it's not easy.
Yes, there's no army,
so
there's no agbe.
Èyí ta lọ record lẹ́ǹkan nìyẹn. So ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ nípa the election as is happening in the UK. We've talked about it, but what are the papers? Kí làwọn paper ń sọ? This morning we were looking at the Metro newspaper, but látàárọ̀ títí dìsìn, a lot of things have changed. There's now more exit poll. I'm a very what they call the exit poll. Their voting system in UK is so transparent. No mago, no nyomo, no nyomo. Ìyàwó mi wò mí pé kí ni bàbá yìí? Orin wọn ni bàbá yìí kọ yìí báyìí. No mago, kò sí mago ní UK o. About the G ballot box yìí lọ, ìgbọ́n mi triple DRS. I hope they have not stolen your ballot box. Thank you so much, those of you on the Twitter. And I think we should start the Twitter space. What do you think? Let's start the Twitter space, and then maybe one or two people will join us there. It's all about the UK election fever. The UK election, not electricity. Election fever. How is it going? Rishi Sunak. Rishi Sunak seems to be going on. Rishi Sunak is going on. Ilelu Lotarara is going on. Labour coming in. Rishi Sunak going out while Labour is coming in. Yes. So I welcome you once again to our transmission. It's just about 1 hour, just to get you the feelings of what is happening in the UK. Let's look at the Guardian newspaper. The headline: 10 things to watch as the UK general election result roll in. In Komewa Tegbodomo. The Telegraph rather. How accurate are exit polls? With a question mark. BBC. UK general election live. Voting continues as millions have their say. People vote up till 10 p.m. local time in UK, which is the same time. In Nigeria, it's the same time. The Independent. I met a Ghanaian brother there. He was so excited. I granted an interview with him. I'm sure people in Ghana knows about Koiki now. The UK general election, according to the Independent, 2024. What time we would know who is won. So let's start with that one. So according to the Independent, when we will know who is won, question mark, an hour by hour guide to the general election result and the key seat announcement. So sit back, let me take you through, how this works, and then start thinking, Koiki, why is it that this couldn't work in Nigeria? That even the results, end up to when was the Nigerian election result officially announced? I can't remember now, but it's just a crime scene. So let's read more about this. So after a whirlwind 6 weeks general election campaign, they only have 6 weeks. Lots of campaign to convince somebody to vote for them and not to vote for themselves. The day has finally arrived, which is today. Wọ́n ní ìjọ kan náà ni a máa sọ fún Nàìjíríà pé àṣemọ́, and that will be the end. So èyí tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń sọ pé ìjọ yàn ní wáyé, it's just a matter of time. Ó máa wáyé. Àsìkò àti ìgbà láàmú kọ́lọ̀ má jẹ́ kó pẹ́ ju bá ṣe ń fẹ́ lọ. Kọ́lọ̀ ń dẹ̀ mú kó bá wa láyé lágbára Ọlọ́run. Mayegun Diary Political àti Sunak Premiership of UK nínú iná. Ó ní àti Sunak Premiership of the UK nínú iná. That is the update coming from my brother in Scotland, Mayegun General, Mayegun Political. Thank you so much, my brother. Kudos to the great work you are doing to enlighten many Nigerians that they not go listen anyway, because they love that corrupt election process where they can steal ballot. Imagine Agbalagba, Amaji ballot box, Amaji ballot box. We saw Agbalagba, we saw Arugbo. They go to steal ballot box in Oshodi, even in the southeast, even in the church, they're stealing ballot box. That is the kind of country you want me to remain and my people. No, we don't want that. The D-Day is here. The day has finally arrived, with millions heading to the poll, which I have done mine as well, to decide the future of the country. I came back home. There's no blood on my body. Nobody has stabbed me. Nobody has intimidated me. Nobody has destroyed my ballot box in my constituency. And yet, this is exactly what we want for you. But some of you say, no, Koiki, Ferun come by. We want where they go to steal. I don't know how you feel comfortable with that. Mr. Dewale Oladeleni, labor all the way. And Wosheni. Ìyá mi Táíwò Kíkẹ́ Fásọmí mo kí yín, Kenny Bright mo kí ẹ lẹ́ǹkan sí, ó ní White Lion the Yoruba Nation man, well done sir. Labour ni mo kí ẹ lẹ́ǹkan sí, Ọlánipẹ̀kun Wealthy the Plenty, Àgbẹ̀lọ́ba. Àníṣe ènílé ní jẹ́ àrólé Odùduwà ní ibi tóun ti lọ dìbò wọ́n náà òun lẹ́gbàá wọlé ni, ó ní kò tẹ̀ sí security ní polling station òun, everything was peaceful. Mr. Dareni, I didn't vote anybody in Nigeria last election. Ògúntádé Ṣeun ní brother Koiki, you are the best. Ọlọ́run nìkan ni the best. À ń gbìyànjú ni. Kò sẹ́ni tó jẹ́ best. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Thanks so much for that. Àrólé Odùduwà ó níbi tóun ti lọ dìbò. Wọ́n ti burn gbogbo ballot box ibẹ̀. Imagine you go and vote and you can see them burning your ballot box. All the paper, they don't put fire because they don't want the Igbo people to win Lagos State. Wọ́n kúkú ní tẹ̀ka níbí báyìí àwọn ọmọ ńlá àwọn bọ́ìbọ́ì mi níbí báyìí Igbo ní dìbò níbí báyìí ọ̀fọ́gò mọ́ wọn lórí. Ògúntádé Ṣeun ní we are waiting for the M1. Ẹ bá wa pín ètò yẹn. Hosseini Rufai ní the APC ẹgbẹ́kẹgbẹ́ should honestly tell Nigerians how they grew the debt from 12 trillion in 2015 when Buhari and Yemi Osinbajo to over 120 trillion in 2024. Ask them what they did with the money. With this, I love debt. Ọmọ Akẹni Hosseini Rufai. Abẹ́rẹ́ bóyá ṣe Tinubu. Abẹ́rẹ́ bóyá ṣe dádì wa. Ẹ sọ fún Hosseini Rufai pé a máa nà lẹ́gbàá o. Look at the way he has designed our father. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaban of body law. Hey, Rufai. You are looking for trouble o. Abẹ́rẹ́ bóyá design ẹ̀. A ṣì ń sọ nípa Ọbájẹ́ Jerry. Ó ní Mr. Koiki, we love you so much. Èmi náà mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Àrólé Odùduwà ní wọ́n ti gbé Àṣàkẹ́ létí o at the polling station. Ẹ má yẹ kó gbá Àṣàkẹ́ létí o. The polling I was playing a particular video nígbà tí mo wà níbẹ̀ yẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ gbọ́ video yẹn. A ṣì máa fún yín ní ẹ jẹ́ ká sáré ka ilé ìkan máa jump because you know Rugi Giant only this is the first time you are out today. Ebi o tẹ rántí mọ́ wàláì ọlọ́mọ tẹ rántí pé lẹ́ẹ̀kẹrin lélẹ̀ ó ti pé mẹ́rin lẹ́nìí BBC náà kì í sùn irọ́ ni èmi náà ń sùn Ọlọ́run sójà kì í sùn ìyàwó mi ti wó mi pé wọ́n máa sọ fún wọn pé kì í sùn torí ó máa ń datọ́ tó bá ti sùn mo kì í Ọlọ́run sójà no dey sleep. Ìyá mi Olúwatóyìn wọ́n ní God bless you and your family surely you are all amen. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. How do we know when the election would finally be out in UK? But do you know that in Nigeria, this is how election rolls. Let me play this. Okay, sure. The election ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ lélẹ̀. Everything. Àwọn ọmọ mi ò sí lórí. Anybody that has only video bọ̀bọ̀ kan tí mò ń wá òjò ń rọ̀ níbẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n ní. Everything I can't remember the way it's like almost a funny video. I can't remember. Only it's like on sọ pé everything scatter o. How many people run? If you have that video, please send it to me. Anybody to bá rántí video yẹn. Everything scatter o. Everything scatter o. Everything scatter o. You know, I can't remember the way that I would love to have it as part of my video. Mr. Dareni, lasting solution is Yoruba nation whether they like it or not. But ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé mic mi jáde àti a sì lè pariwo dé ilé tíṣù. Àwọn ọmọ ọ̀dà tó ibo ni mic mi wà mo ní mic mi speaker. Ọ̀nà òde lẹ́ẹ̀kẹrin tí máa jáde léde ní ọ̀tẹ̀ rántí mọ́. So I can't remember how Olanipekun plenty to ban the video here. I bet if anybody remember. That is not the way the guy said it, but he was going like everything's cut out. So please, if you have such a video, Mr. Waris, you know, do what ti gba ọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ti gbé ọ̀rọ̀ jáde ní election eve night nítorí Gbadebo Rhodes Vigo ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà ṣẹ́ ti tẹ̀ka mo jẹ́rìí ẹ̀yin kẹ́ ẹ ti tẹ̀ sọ̀rùn ẹ rẹ̀ ṣe gan-an ẹ kú tọ́jú Koikimedia ogun ẹ̀ tẹ́ ń tọ́jú Ọlọ́run bá ń tọ́jú yín tẹ́ fi wá sílẹ̀ lọ́rùn ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fún wa advice náà we appreciate. In the lead up to today the Tories àwọn ọlọ́pẹ̀ ní Tories àwọn ni wọ́n máa ń lo blue àwọn ni blue àwọn lélẹ̀ ta fagilé ní bíbá àwọn ti fagilé lórí báyìí àṣepé Máyégún náà fẹ́ conservative ó ga o àwọn labour lélẹ̀ Ògúntadé ni we are waiting for our leaders. The Tories and the Labour have scored the country to secure vote. Wọ́n ti káàkiri bọ̀wọ̀ pín mọ́ínmọ́ín. Rugija ni I don carry Ogun to vote today o I dey wait for Ogun result. Ẹ̀yin people yóò dá lọ ẹ wá ti wá sọ pé Koikimedia ẹ ti wá sọ dáwàdà kẹríkẹrí. Ṣé election Nàìjíríà náà wá fi ń tan yín báyìí? Tinubu dẹ̀ máa bínú sí wa o Jagaban ẹ máa jẹ́ kí Tinubu bínú sí mi nísìnyí pé Koiki ṣé election Nàìjíríà lọ́ọ́ wá fi ń tan yín báyìí? Kò ṣàṣeyìn ni máa kọ́ rig election ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀nà ló máa ń sọ pé UK ló kọ́kọ́ rig election Tinubu sọ pé òun kọ lọ́wọ́ UK ni òun ni bàbá tó kọ lọ́wọ́ àwọn UK. Senator Mantu ni you just give them inducement. Nigeria election. So let's come back here. Wọ́n ti lọ káàkiri gbogbo country wọ́n ti rìn wọ́n ti gbé mọ́tò wọ́n ti campaign 19.5 million plus ní conservative ná 19 million you okay? Easy Azeez Gbadé ṣe rí gbogbo Miami òun ló gbé dání sọ́wọ́ kò ní bàjẹ́ fún brother mi ó ṣe òkú tọ́jú àbúrò ẹ̀ ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ ẹ bá ń kí gbogbo àwọn ará Ìjẹ̀bú ìjàwá Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ ìkọ́kọrẹ́ àtẹ̀bà tútù ìyàwó mi ò tẹ̀ ṣe kọ́kọrẹ́ àtẹ̀bà tútù fún mi kí ló ń ṣe ìyá yìí ṣé iṣu yẹn ló wọ́n ni gbogbo nǹkan ló ti wọ́n ní London gbogbo nǹkan ló ti wọ́n ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ méjì £1 eléyìí tó ń fò káàkiri ṣé wọ́n rán ẹ wá sí bíbá ẹni ìwọ tó ń fò tó ń lọ tó ń bọ̀ yìí àwọn olórun ẹ wá àníṣe election láti lọ láti dé kò sẹ́ni tó náà yàn lẹ́gba wọ́n intimidate wa wọ́n ní n tó ń fò yìí máa fi pépà gba sílẹ̀ nísìnyí ọ̀rẹ́ ni kò dá kí wọ́n máa pa kòkòrò àníṣe after ti Rishi Sunak àti Sir Keir Starmer battle it out in a face head-to-head debate wọ́n ní Tinubu ò jáde kó wá debate Jagaban tó gbọ́n wọ́n ní Tinubu nígbà tó ń ṣe debate he was never there he did not debate nothing. Imagine somebody that wants to be your president. They say, come and debate. Tinubu said, no, I don't have to debate. When he came to Chatham House, every time they ask him question, he will, mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, brother mi, Jimmy Koya, ẹ ṣé gan ni. Mo kí wo ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà, ẹ̀yin ajúnilọ. Mo kí àwọn ayé náà, mo kí àwọn ìyá Ṣòròǹgà, mo kí gbogbo ilẹ̀ kan sí. Àníṣe ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation la ṣì gbé dání. Wọ́n ní Tinubu refused ìgbà tó wá sí Chatham House. Tinubu says, when they asked him question, I think we should find out as well. Let me go and be looking for that. When they were asking Tinubu question, Tinubu ta ló ń pè hotline is never ending. Kọ́lọ́n kó ṣàánú mi. Ta ló ń pè? But ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ ilé mú padà bọ̀. Gbọ́dọ̀ gbé kọ́lì wà very very important. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ ilé. Àbí kí n pè wọ́n padà àpè wọ́n padà àpè wọ́n padà mo kí gbogbo yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. But the campaign trail was shaken by the last-minute addition of Nigel Farage. Ìyẹn kọ́ de ìyẹn àwọn nationalist làwọn yẹn òun lélẹ̀ ìgbàgbọ́ tó ń pè ní Nigel Farage Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kémi dìbò fún eléyìí máa lé gbogbo akúrò nílùú yìí ni triple DRS ni because he knew that he has nothing to offer. Imagine even Donald Trump gan àti Joe Biden tó ń sọ pé kò ní possible eventually they came to debate even though Joe Biden ó gbàgbé àwọn kankan tó ń sọ fún ọ̀nà tẹ̀ plug nǹkan ọmọ létí wọ́n ṣe rán létí kò rántí mọ́ sọ́sítà at least we saw Joe Biden came out Tinubu ò tẹ̀ wá debate anybody but yet Yoruba people say èmi ló kàn and we are hoping that he will break Nigeria and he will be the last president inshallah. But the campaign trail was shaken by the last-minute addition of Nigel Farage as the new leader of the Reform UK, chasing the PM tail in shock poll, which saw the party only marginally behind Conservatives in the vote share. Baba mi wari jinadu ni President Tinubu showed up AK Elofokambale campaign but no at the presidential debate because he had nothing to offer. And to be the president. Imagine somebody wants to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He was running away from from debate. So this morning in the UK, the polling stations were ready to go. Hey, ṣé wọ́n gbé polling material dọ́dọ̀ yín? Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi triple DRS. I hope you were not waiting for polling material. Imagine people were waiting for polling material when election was almost going to be finishing in Nigeria. What a utter nonsense. Polling materials did not get to polling units. Che polling unit lẹ́yìn máa ń pè Nigeria polling station làwọn ń pè ní bíbá. Polling materials, the material that were meant to be used at the polling unit, they didn't arrive. They didn't get to there. So people were sitting there waiting. Some were even sleeping. That is the giant of ants. There is a giant of Africa. Giant of Africa. Nigeria, giant of Africa. Is a giant of ants, okay? Is a giant of ants. But in the UK, at exactly 7 a.m. this morning, the polling stations open at 7 a.m. Beavers. We will be sending electronic result on the day of election. Tony Aegis Mukie. Beavers stop working. Network don't jam. Baga. Criminal country. They knew what they were doing. But Nigerians that love Nigeria that way are always happy because they are criminal minded as well. They are criminal minded. So at 7 a.m. in the UK this morning, a total of 650 constituencies, 650, with nobody going to open at 8 a.m. Every one of them would open at exactly the same time with no excuse. Because Entofewa vote it is 7 a.m. You got to be there to open up because some people want to vote and make their way to work. 650 constituency across England, which is where I am living. Across Wales. Wales wants to get the hell out of the Union. Across Scotland, where Mayegun General is. And across the Northern Ireland. Tony Aegis said crazy people all over the place. Now, here is a breakdown of exactly what to expect. The key result on the general election night. Because tonight, by this time tomorrow, we would have known who is the Prime Minister of UK. By this time tomorrow. Great Yoruba nation, my brother, shout out to you. By this time tomorrow, Rishi Sunak will be packing his load with a lorry. And I'm told that when he loses election, he might be heading to California with his family to go and live. 14 years of madness. So let me tell you what you should be expecting. Dare ni, I am back. Thank God, network is back in Nigeria right now. Aroli Oduduwa ni wọ́n ti jí ballot box lọ́dọ̀ tiwọn. Only in the UK you can only vote if you have your name on the list. Ìbúlẹ̀ tún lọ ìnísìnyí. Ṣé ẹ̀ ń sọ pé àwọn kan lórúkọ wọn lórí list in Nigeria ni? There is no way you can vote twice in Nigeria. Wà á thumb up lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ta. Tẹ̀síbẹ̀. Imagine people were thumbing up in their house. You saw that, those videos. Before the election, they were doing thumbs up. Papa, APC. Tẹ̀síbẹ̀, APC. Mo kí ẹ brother mi, Yorùbá nation great Yoruba nation. This is the kind of country you want, right? You too, you want to be a politician in Nigeria, so you can be driving SUV. Even by tonight, election result will be out, will be known. But they might probably announce it officially in the morning. It's only in Nigeria they will be announcing results in the middle of the night when everybody's sleeping. That is how they announced Tinubu. They announced Tinubu at about 1 a.m. when Nigerians don't have electricity. Mad country. Waris Jinode Gbomini, forging of results. Professor forging result, snatching destruction of the result sheet, obtaining declaration and the return involuntarily. Mr. Debanjo Ogun Segun ni Yoruba nation no going back. Àrólé Odùduwà ní ládùúgbò òun wọ́n ti gbé ballot box lọ. Ó náà ti gbé ballot box lọ ládùúgbò àwọn. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Tony Ages. Ṣé wọ́n ti dáná sun lọ́dọ̀ ti yín? Gbogbo Lagos Island wọ́n ti jó gbogbo ballot box dànù. Abẹ́ ń ṣí èrè. Abẹ́ ya wèrè ni. Ẹ̀yin ní bíbà ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yíbò ẹ̀ ní dìbò kò ní dá fún yín. Ẹ fẹ́ gbé Peter Obi wọlé. Tó bá tẹ̀ka fún Peter Obi ti bá gbọ́ màá gún ẹ nígbà. Bọ́dẹ̀ ṣe máa ń dìgò yẹn mú lélẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ ọ̀tá yẹn. Wọ́n ní oro tó ti gbé ballot box lọ. Àwọn ọmọ ọ̀tá yẹn bọ́dẹ̀ máa ń dìgò yẹn mú ni. Àbó ìyá tẹ bá tẹ̀ka fún APC tẹ bá tẹ̀ka fún Peter Obi a máa nà yín pa ni. Ẹ tẹ fún PDP kẹyọ ẹ tẹ fún APC. Election jẹ guru jẹra election olè ìwọ náà fẹ́ di politician ó rẹnu ẹ. You want to be politician in Nigeria. You won't be like Wike criminal, olórí burúkú, Wike olòṣì, Wike onyara, onyoshi, onyeberibe, isi ewu, ọdún kaikai, Eunice Ochechi kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀, my sister, Abi, Wike onyeberibe. They don't want the Biafra election that will go. Look at how they are doing the referendum. Go and watch it on the Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister government in extra. You don't like that name, is it? Hey, Yoruba, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kan máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ pé Koiki leave Biafra alone, concentrate on Yoruba nation. Ọ̀tá pìàpìà election in Nigeria. Ọ̀tá pìàpìà. Wọ́n náà àwọn Igbo náà jẹ́ kó dìbò ní, wọ́n jẹ́ káwọn Yorùbá dìbò ní South East. Everybody now hold their base. They don't allow Yoruba people vote for South East. Yoruba don't allow Igbo vote for the Southwest. Hausa people, they just take out themselves. They don't born any Igbo Yoruba people to come talk. Imagine in the north, they don't born Igbo or Yoruba people go say they go vote. Odumiti mo gba Hausa, mo fẹ́ sọ Hausa ni but mo gbọ́. Tuwo nyara. Imagine they were organizing Oro at the election evening. One ẹ má jáde o ẹ̀yin obìnrin ẹ má jáde. Imagine they didn't allow women to vote. How many women did you see voting today? You saw people pushing their buggy. Imagine in Nigeria your buggy will be going upside down. Wọ́n ní èmi kọ́ mo sọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń darúkọ ẹni tó sọ Mr. Adebanjo ilẹ̀ sọ orúkọ yín ni mo dá o. Wọ́n ní MC Olúọmọ Ìyẹ́mẹ́ka don come out and vote o. Wọ́n ní Ìyẹ́mẹ́ka ti vote Ìyẹ́mẹ́ka tó ti nà lẹ́gbàá. Bọ́n ṣe máa ń dìgbò mú lélẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ ọ̀tá yẹn. Tó bá dìbò fún Labour máa fọ́ ẹ lórí. Tẹ̀ka fún APC kó máa lọ àwọn yẹn náà lọ bọ̀bọ̀ kan lọ ń ṣagídí ó lọ ń ṣagídí pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ ọ̀tá àwọn ọmọ tó ti fa gbóyó. Kí lẹ sọ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Àrólé Odùduwà tó bá fẹ́ pè wọlé ẹ ní right láti pè wọlé anytime any day. The number to call is +44 74 044 05917. A ṣì wà lórí election campaign. Brady mi wà rí ìsìn náà wọ́n ní agbèrò and thugs election. Báwọn ọmọ ọ̀tá yẹn ṣe máa ń ṣe lélẹ̀. Ládùúgbò wa ẹ ṣe èrè máa gún yín pa wọn yé máa gúnra wọn tó bá dẹ̀ ti gúnra wọn tán tó bá dé hospital kò sí ẹni tó máa tọ́jú wọn. Wèrè country. Imagine people stab themselves. They get to the hospital, they say there's no light, nobody to treat them. All the doctors are on strike. There's no nurse. Doctor has gone to their own private hospital. Biafra. We are talking about election in the UK as compared to OLAYOMI KOIKI, but election in the UK has been going on for decades. It's the same thing in Yoruba land. We have an electoral system that works onto the dabaru everything. Abroad. How's the election today? Àwọn mi wá kan wọ́n ti máa ya wọ́n ní ìròkọ́ tó wọlé ní gbogbo ọ̀nà ìmá dárúkọ àdúgbò kan márùn ní Koiki ó ṣe já àdúgbò tiwa ló máa ń dárúkọ ó ṣe dárúkọ àdúgbò tiẹ̀ ní gbogbo ọ̀nà Yorkshire wọ́n ti ya wọ́n ní ìrò wọ́n ti faṣọ ya ẹlòmíì tó wọṣọ tó náìsì jáde tó wọ́n máa fi délé gbogbo aṣọ yẹn ti ya ìyàwó àwa máa bèrè pé what happened it was at the election I went to vote Yoruba nation no going back everywhere was peaceful. Ti gbọ́ pé wọ́n jí ballot box kankan látàárọ̀ báyìí at exactly 20 minutes before 8 p.m. Mr. Koiki no be you talk am o na MC Olúẹran talk am wọ́n ní wọ́n ti dìbò ní gbogbo Dartford ní Kent wọ́n ti tẹ̀ka ẹ̀ka ti lọ rẹpẹtẹ wọ́n ti tẹ̀ síbẹ̀ it is only Nigeria 63 years we can't organize jack shit. All we know how to do is steal the ballot box and burn it down. Imagine police officer, they steal ballot box in Nigeria. Imagine police officer was helping them to steal the ballot box. There's a video for it. So let's come back to the UK. This is how the breakdown will happen. The election is being held using new constituency boundaries, which means the result cannot be compared directly with what happened at the last general election in 2019. To measure how well the parties do at the election and to determine which seat they need to win to form a government, a set of national results for the 2019 election has been calculated to show what will have happened if that contest had taken place using the new boundaries. All the majorities and the swing mentioned below are based on these national results, which has been compiled by Professor Colin Rollins and Professor Michael Trash of the University of Plymouth on behalf of the BBC, ITN, Sky News, and the PA News Agency. Don't come and talk about your professor that was, stealing ballot sheet paper. Imagine. Where's my pencil? Imagine it's only in Nigeria. It's only in Nigeria that when they have done the voting, you'll be seeing all these dark shade and you'll be wondering what happened. A professor of learned man is when they say 2 plus 2, professor will put 5. No, they say 2 plus 2, they put 4. By the time you get to the collation center, you'll be seeing 5. Then you'll be asking professor, what happened? Professor will be saying, I can't see properly. Can you switch on the light? Wọ́n ní kọ́ tọ́nà DJ Dinkin ṣé wọ́n mú ṣọ́n josi máa jó lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Imagine that in the Nigeria professor will say, can we get more light here, please? Because the same professor that wrote 4 plus 4 is 8 is now telling us 4 plus 4 is 10. 4 plus 4. 8 plus 8. 10 plus 10.
20.
10 plus 2.
12.
Ọmọ kékeré nìyẹn. Art professor 8 plus 8 as of 20. That is the criminal that we have across Nigeria. You see, ọmọ kékeré. Asari test wọn pẹ̀lú maths. Asari test wọn. A whole professor will be telling lies. The same professor is reading, and the winner is APC, but the winner at the ward was Labour Party. But by the time professor get to the INEC Collation Center, can you come and read for us? What's your name? I am Professor Knife Man on the run after triple stabbing in West London. Most of it be London, crime scene, Burukuni. A professor will be reading. Say, Professor, read now. Professor, kasi ebe ile kosi be kasita. Do you want me to read now? Professor, read it now. Okay. I need water. The moment they're asking for water, you better give them tea because they're having an attack. Imagine a custom officer was dying. They were joking about it. Oh, do you want tea? Imagine giving somebody in the hot weather tea. The guy died. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, wọ́n náà ọmọ Òdùà. Ọmọ wọn gbọ́dọ̀ mọ máa ṣe. How do we explain to Yoruba people that stop wasting and burning your energy with all these 419 politicians? Let's come back here. By 10 p.m., by 10 p.m., polling stations are closed. There's nothing like after 1 minute past 10, you get there and say you want to vote. No. You must be there before 10. By 10 p.m., it closes. And that is not when Magomago is happening. Because it's only 10 p.m. Magomago is going on in Nigeria. Magomago is going on in Nigeria. It's going on. It's going. Magomago. Koiki, what is Magomago? Magomago is going on. Oh. Magomago is going on. Oh. Intimidation. Oh.
Sarah Plus subscription. You can.
Kilo days. Speaker me that. Magomago is going on. Oh. It's going on in Nigeria. Magomago is going on in Nigeria. It's going on. Ronaldo pass it to Papa. Pepe to pass it to Mama there. Mama the baby is over. Mama the baby. It's going on. 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 It's going on.
Fired in the air on Saturday afternoon. People screamed and scattered, searching for cover as armed men jumped out of a car in Nigeria's commercial hub. They grabbed bamboo boxes, leaving papers strewn across the road, and voters angry.
Everybody scramble when táwọn ọmọ tó gbé irin tútù dé tó gbé irun títù dé AK-47 ló wà lọ́wọ́ wọn pápápápá wọ́n máa kọ́kọ́ yìn sókè gbá wọ́n á kọ́kọ́ fún yín ní signal tó bá lọ sọ pé nígbà níbí wa ò nígbà wọ́n wá point ẹ̀ sí yín gbá ẹnu orí yọ délé bàbá mi Benjamin Adúmọ̀ tí mo kí yín wọ́n kọ́kọ́ fún yín ní short warning gbá òkè lọ́ máa yẹn sí tẹ bá wá ní nígbà àdúgbò wa lè jí ballot box wa lọ lè gbíjọ wọ́n kọ́ point ẹ̀ straight up ní gbá 21 people died last year in the Nigerian election. Kí lẹ́nu ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká tún gbọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. And this is coming from African News. 1 year ago, as Tinubu was saying, election will never be free and fair. Gbóhùn sókè.
In the air on Saturday afternoon, people screamed and scattered, searching for cover as armed men jumped out of a car in Nigeria's commercial hub. They grabbed bamboo boxes, leaving papers strewn across the road, and voters angry.
Can you see what is happening now? Can you see what is happening now? They want to make sure they suppress others from voting. Mm-hmm. This is unfair. Mm-hmm. This is madness. Mm-hmm. This is not civilization.
Tell the same man that we should break away from Nigeria. He will be speaking the same grammar. This stupid grammar is speaking now. Tell him that Nigeria is not working. We should break it. No. Koiki, we are still going to make it work. Don't worry. No, don't worry. Tell these same people that they were stealing their ballot box that we should think about it and break away from. No, Koiki, don't worry. We go and do another one. Àwọn ọmọ ńlá AK-49 ló máa gbé jáde nísìn. You see, they will shoot to the air. Bang. If you don't run, they point it to you. Bang. Ẹnu orí yọ délé. Tí mọ́tò bá gbáyàn tí mọ́tò bá gbáyàn ìwọ kọ́ ló máa mú nọ́mbà ẹni tó wà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ ló máa bẹ́ẹ̀ mú nọ́mbà. Prince Adeni, see how they are packing ballot paper. Ìlú wèrè country. That is what you want us to. That is the society you want us to come and live. We are coming. Program you on the so sorry, enjoy it.
This is what they call criminality and the corruption of the highest order.
This is what they call criminality, corruption of the highest order. Tell the same man, let us break away from Nigeria, go and support your own people. He will be telling you nonsense. Because himself, foolish people, Benny, Pastor Mo, and one weary. That is why we are saying to you, don't die for Nigeria.
When you have to democratize mass majority of people from voting, this is not good. This is not bad. This should not be accepted.
But this is not good. What has been good already before in the election? You all know that the election was never good. So why are you making it look like it's good before? Mr. James, hey, Iyami Jokeni, I went to my polling station, but there was no problem. I did my voting. What Jaminiro or Fasket me. Imagine káwọn àgbàlagbà lọ vote kan tó délé ó ti ya skẹ́ẹ̀tì wọn níbi tó ti ń sáré. Kí ló ń pa Yorùbá ní Ìlẹ́rìí? Iyami Jokeni, nothing work in that country. Zoo. Emmanuel Mokie wọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ending ẹgbọ́n tẹ́lẹ̀ tó Ọlánìpẹ̀kun ní the rigor ayé ni Tinubu. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Obaje Jerry say UK should go right. I don't understand that English. That English won't make my brain go kapu. Maybe help me to rephrase it and bring it back again. Good evening, Mr. James Olajide. Razak Bankole Muki wọn kú iṣẹ́. People go vote. What's that? Mumbo 8 minutes, Lokumoni 10 minutes. Oh yeah.
This is not good.
Okay.
This is not bad. This should not be accepted in any civilized society.
We never told you Nigeria is a civilized society or there.
People have been queuing for hours when the stampede broke out to vote in what is expected to be Nigeria's closest presidential poll in the country's history.
I'm so disappointed. None of us had any belief that something like this was going to happen. So now we can't vote anymore. Very soon the police will come here now. The policeman that was here is nowhere to be found.
Counting is underway now.
One of the policeman that was here, policeman tó mọ̀ pé ìbọn tó ń gbé dání kò sọ́tà bọ́ nínú ẹ̀. Imagine police officer holding gun, there's no bullet. Mo kí Mr. Olalekan. A police officer that the Ijaya Moke, you think that there's bullet inside that gun, go empty barrel. You know that I'm gidi dey talk gbe Jagamude, ton yin sókè gbà. Olóṣèlú sọ fún pé when you go into that polling unit, destroy everything. Destroy it, burn it every down so that they will not take that as and when they go to INEC office, the collation center. So what happened in Oshodi? Oshodi. They destroy. Just cancel that place. They become nullified. Cancel it. Was there any problem in Abuja? Yes. Cancel it. That is your country. Hey, Yomi, we've done 1 hour. I got to do some few other things. I just thought, we should give you that update. I'm sure you all enjoy it. But what I should give you quickly before we go, the largest majority won by single parties at the general election. I'm coming because I gotta go now. What happened? Laptop it overwork. The largest majority won by the single parties at the general election since 1900. There was no Nigeria in 1900. Nigeria was only 1914. In 1924, Conservative 210, 1997 Labour 178, 2001 Labour 166, 1945 Labour 147, 1983 Conservative 144, Libra 1906. 1906 there was nothing called Nigeria. So I don't know why you want to die for Nigeria. 11 p.m. tonight, the first seat to declare are likely to be Bates and Ashington at around 11:30, and then Anton and Sunderland South at around 11:45 p.m. Both are in the northeast England. Both are being defended by the Labour. Houghton and Sunderland South has been won by Bridget Phipson for Labour at every election since the seat was created in 2010. She is defending a narrow majority of 3,271. Bates and Ashington is a new constituency at this election, with Labour defending a national majority of 6,1118 or 118. The outcome may provide a guide as to what to expect in the seat where Labour has small majorities, in particular how the Reform UK performed and what happened to the level of Conservative support. At about 12 midnight, there will be a snapshot of the night ahead. Swindon South is likely to be the first battleground seat of the night to declare at around 12:15 a.m. The former Justice Secretary Sir Robert Buckland is defending a majority of 5,650, and the Labour candidate Ida Alexander, who was MP for Lewisham East from 2010 to 18, needs a swing of 5.7 percentage points to win. Opinion polls suggest this is the sort of seat Labour ought to win comfortably, and as such the result will be a pointer for what could happen over the rest of the night. The general election in 2024, Swindon South, Conservative 52%, Labour 40%, Leave Them 8%, and the Green Party 1%. The Conservative had in 2019 5,650 votes, the Labour target number 55. Swing needed to Labour to gain. Basildon and Bicycra in East excess is another result due at about 12:15 a.m. Conservative Party Chair Richard Holding is the party's candidate due to a decision made by the party officials just 2 days before the nomination decline or the deadline. To the anger of some local party, the Tories are defending a 20,749 majority. Brownsbourne in Hertfordshire is due around 12:30 a.m. The seat has been held continuously by the Conservatives since its creation in 1983, with a majority in 2019 of 19,192. The result will give an early indication of how the Tories are faring in their traditional home counties heartland. About 1 a.m., how does Scotland fare? East Kilby, Strathaven Avon, Hamilton and Clyde Vale and Rutherglen will provide a first indication of patterns of voting in Scotland. Thank you so much, Eunice. Tokyo 778. All three are being defended by the SNP and all the Labour target, with Ruth Glen needing a 6 percentage point to swing to change hands. Hamilton and Clyde Vale 8.2 point, and the East Kilbride and the Strathaven 12.8 point. A direct swing in the share of the vote of 10 percentage point from the SNP to the Labour in Scotland could see Sir Keir Starmer party pick up 15 constituency. Now, about 2 a.m. it all kicks off. The flow of the result will start. You can see how the result will be coming in. Not like your Nigeria. Everything becomes standstill. Nothing happen, because that is when they are doing their magic. The magic from Tinubu constituency to Peter Obi side to Atiku and Kwankwa. So everybody, they do government magic. But about 2 a.m., the result will start flowing in to start to pick up, with about 60 seats due to declare between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. A win for Labour in a Tory-held Cannock chase in Staffordshire, expected to declare at about 2:30 a.m., would suggest the party is on course for a record-breaking win. The seat needs an enormous 21.5 percentage point record-breaking win. The seat needs enormous 21.5 percentage point swing to change hands, ranking it at number 304 on the Labour target list. The party held the seat from 1997 to 2010, but it has been the Tory ever since 2019 with a majority of 19,000. The Lib Dems should discover whether they have been able to gain one of their long shot Stratford-on-Avon from their Conservatives a seat. They need a 17.8 point swing to win, and which was held until this year by former Tory Chancellor Nadine Zahawi, who is not standing this time. Workers' Party leader George Galloway will learn if he has held on to the Rochdale in Great Manchester, which he won at the by-election in February. The result from Sir Keir Starmer constituency of Auburn and St Pancras is due around 2:30 a.m. The Labour leader is defending a very safe majority of 22,766 and is one of the 12 candidates standing in the seat. Mid Bedfordshire, due to declare at about 2:45 a.m., was won by the Labour from the Tory at the by-election in October 2023, marking the first time Sir Keir Party have represented the seat since its creation in 1918, 4 years after Nigeria was created. So what you're listening here is that by hour to hour, election result is coming out. No mago, no maga, no mago. Tokyo 778, thank you so much. Yoruba will never forget you and your glorious family for the good. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. By 3 a.m., more result is coming in. This is likely to be the busiest time of the night. Not like Nigeria, when everybody's waiting. After 5 days, we are still waiting for election result. Iluweri, Osenwi country. But by 3 a.m. this morning, about nearly 250 declaration is expected over the next 1 hour. East Clinton North is due to declare where an independent candidate and a former Labour leader, Jeremy Corbyn, is standing. Mr. Corbyn has previously won the seat for Labour at every general election since 1983. He is likely to win as an independent candidate, but is no longer a member of the party and is contesting the seat with 6 others, including a Labour candidate, Prafu Nagon. The result is due from the... So, Nigba only exactly when we should expect a full result. That is what we should go straight to. By 6 a.m. Tílẹ̀ bá máa fi mọ́tò máa ní Allahu Akbar tó bá ti ń pèrún máa rántí pé ní UK result is flooding in. By 6 a.m. which is the same time pẹ̀lú Nigeria, we are not 1 hour ahead. UK Nigeria is the same time. UK Yoruba land is the same time. Is the final hours. Among the final result to declare should be the London borough of Ilford North, Ilford South, both safe for the Labour. Another likely to be called is a new constituency of Selby in the North Yorkshire, which Keir Mata, the youngest MP, the youngest Nigerian right now, they are looking for a way out or talking to foolish politicians. But the youngest MP at the end of the last parliament is hoping to win for Labour and overturn a national Tory majority of 14,000. The youngest MP. I'll find the age. Let's go and look for the age. The youngest MP. You are there. You'll be asking me, Koiki, when we get Yoruba Nation, who's going to be your president? Who's going to be your president? Parliamentary career, age 25 when elected. Marty became the youngest serving member of parliament, known as the baby of the house. The baby of the house, 25 years old. You be asking me, who is going to be our president? I'm 25, Baba 30, Baba 40. 25 years, the baby of the house, succeeding the Labour MP Nadia Whitstone of the Northern East, who is 2 years his senior. She was first elected in 2019 at the general election at 23 years old. And the Towa Gbalowe is 25. Ma sọ pé they play in the UK. Ẹ̀yin tèmi, one love, one love, one love. Yoruba nation, no going back. So we will find out the result of the UK election sometime about almost early hours. By 7 a.m. Tílẹ̀ ti mọ́ tán. Tójú àgbà mi ti ṣí gẹ̀rẹ̀ kọ́lọ̀ kó jí gbogbo àsáyé. The morning after election. That is 12 hours, no, 24 hours. Kọ́ni àbí 7 to 7. 24 hours. Recount could delay some of the declarations from earlier, but every seat is due to begin counting overnight. So there is a good chances all the 650 results will be ready by mid-morning. Not like your shit or messed up with a country that you are calling Nigeria. By 7 a.m. tomorrow, all the results from the 650 constituency will be ready for declaration, and that means we should know who will be the Prime Minister, whether it's Labour or Rishi Sunak. That is a system that works. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. That is the update from the UK general election. Happy Independence to those of you in America. And for those of you that keep saying Yoruba Nation will not happen, you will be dead man, dead woman, while we will enjoy this world before we die. Egbomi Oyekami Julius Fakbonda, thank you so much. My wife and I voted today. We were impressed. Wow. The only what? My wife and I voted today. We were impressed. No policeman on guard, unlike the country called Nigeria. Welcome to London, Mr. Folabi Abiola. That is what we are saying for those of you in Nigeria. Somebody was impressed. Mr. Adebayo, useless leader. Very, very useless. Mukiyami Wura Ade Beauty Eshegoni. Yoruba Nation no going back. Because I have other things and I need the family to have their own little space as well. And on that note, we say good evening. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Tomorrow, God's willing, I will push myself to get into number 10 Downing Street. I'll be there representing Yoruba people. Even I want me. I'll go Koikimedia. I'll represent everybody. Thank you so much, Mr. Ayodeji Sokwe. Thank you for this information. On that note, it is not a joke. Nigeria can never experience a better election, even if Tinubu gets it right. The Northerner will come and destroy it. So the best bet is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Break up Nigeria and save yourself from the mess. Charles Davis say, if you say Charles is Sigma, Bamidele Matthew, Nigeria is already finished. Yoruba Nation no going back. Shegun, thank you so much. Well, I mean, they won't allow you to come in and only to do that's only the problem, because you need a security clearance to get into number 10 Downing Street. And tomorrow is a very busy day. The security will be tight tomorrow. So tell me about make sure thank you so much. Eunice Chichi, all hail Biafra. And on that note, that is how far I can go. Bye for now.